Hi everyone, here we are, and it's handwriting, spelling, and tongue twister time. So today we are learning to form our letters correctly using our smart spelling words to help us. For success today, I can carefully form my letters thinking about what direction they face, where I start them, and where the letters sit on the lines. And also, I can create a tongue twister using my spelling words. So, as usual, there is a sheet uploaded that you can print off if you can to use, or like many people, you can just write your words on lined paper. But look at the sheet because that will remind you where the letters sit on the lines. So today, the two letters we're going to focus on are W and R, and we're going to focus on the word wrist. So here we go. Now, the letter W is a great letter. It's kind of like the reverse, not exactly, of an M, a lowercase m. So we're just looking at the lowercase ones. So W starts at the dotted line and it goes down to the solid line, comes back up to the first dotted line, goes down again, comes back up to the first dotted line and has a flick. It kind of looks like a bottom sitting down. Okay, I didn't say that. So let's do that one again. So we start at the first dotted line. So it takes up that space on the sheet. And you can see it sits on the bottom, on the solid line. The next letter we're doing is the letter R. And R also starts at the top, that first dotted line. So just above, the dotted line above the solid line. But we're going to make a bit of a flick and go up to that dotted line, then come down, and we're going to follow that line up, and just near the top we're going to flick into the top of the R. So if you do it really well, it could almost be the middle of the letter that you start stretching out to make that lovely R flick. We'll do that one more time. Okay. Now it's super important that we do try and form our letters correctly so that when we join, they will join really smoothly. Now the word I said that we'd practice is the word wrist. And of course wrist starts with a W and an R. So W, R. Now I is the same. It starts at the top of the first dotted line and goes down and has a flick, but we put a dot above that dotted line. The S also fits within, and the T is a tricky letter. And this one I'd like you to think of too. The T doesn't start at the second dotted line, and it doesn't start at the first dotted line. It starts in the middle of them. So it actually starts there, roughly in the middle between the two dotted lines, and it comes down and sits on the solid line, and then the cross part is at the same level as the dotted line. So that would be how you would write wrist. Now the next thing is to write a tongue twister. Now many words that have the sound don't start with WR. So you can certainly add some of those. But the more letters that have WR or R at the start that make that R sound, the trickier your tongue twister will get. So this is a tongue twister that I thought of. So here we go. It says the wrecker. So a wrecker is someone who runs a business where wrecked cars and things go, and then they use them for spare parts, so we recycle those things. So the wrecker, remembering how we do our W, wrecker, and you can see most of the tall letters, apart from T, If they're taller letters, they go twice as high as the other letters to the second dotted line. The wrecker wrongfully, or I might go to the next line, I don't think it will fit there, wrong and the G goes fishing, remember, all the way down there. Sorry, I had to do that. Normally I would have gone down properly. So normally it would go down like that, but the paper is a bit squishy there. And the letter F, which goes such a long way down. It is the tallest letter of all. It fishes and it's very tall. Wrongfully, another letter that goes underneath, wrapped the wristwatch. Oh, I can't even say it. Wrapped the wrist. Whoops. Watch, and that's one word, wristwatch. In, oops, let's make sure that, wrapping paper. So down here, what did the wrecker wrongfully wrap? The wrecker wrongfully wrapped the wristwatch in wrapping. Sorry everyone. Wrapping paper. Here we go. The wrecker wrongfully wrapped the wristwatch in wrapping paper. And that would be hard to say quickly. So see if you can create your very own tongue twister. But remember to do your handwriting first. Bye for now.